Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a new form of video this time. I'm doing it through Streamlabs, but I'm going to be recording and see how the audio turns out. If it doesn't work, I'll do a new video, but for now we're going to be going over some Splatoon 2. So I haven't done this on my channel yet because I don't have a capture card, so I haven't covered Splatoon 2 content, but here, I'm going to turn this down for you guys a bit. I'm going to turn the music down. But I'm covering the update because Splatoon 2 is releasing, or Nintendo is releasing more updates for Splatoon 2. And with that is going to be coming a few different changes. I play Splatoon 2 a lot, and I know what I would have wanted. So I actually had Splatoon 2 Inkopedia just pulled up here, just so I could explain kind of partially what I wanted, but the main thing, first of all, is that right now the meta we're in, well, I guess I'll explain the game. A short brief intro of the game. In Splatoon 2, for those of you who don't know, it's a third-person shooter by Nintendo, and it's their only third-person shooter to my knowledge, and basically you're spraying ink over the ground. You can move through your ink to get to objectives. With tower control, you have to get on a tower and move it to the point by staying on it. Splat zones, you have to paint it and keep it painted for the longest amount of time. Turf War is the most popular mode, I guess I'd say, for casual players, where you're just trying to cover as much of the map with your own ink as possible. Rainmaker, you're trying to bring a certain thing to the enemy's pedestal, so kind of like reverse capture the flag. And then, well, I'm forgetting a mode, Clam Blitz. Clam Blitz is when you're trying to gather enough clams and score them into your opponent's basket, and whoever gets more points wins. So that's a brief thing of overview of Splatoon 2. There are definitely videos on YouTube that are going to do that a lot better than I just did, but the main point of this video is to go over the update. So, first of all, as you can see, on August 18, 2020, a new software update for Splatoon 2 became available for download. And so these are the patch notes. So right here, we've got the patch notes. So we've got, first of all, Splattershot, Tenatech, Splattershot, Kenta Splattershot, Hero Shot Replica, which is basically the same thing. Or sorry, not Hero Shot, but Octashot Replica. We've got all of these. So these are all mainly Slayer weapons, and what they're saying here is reduce the amount of time it takes for shot spread, which is the gradual distance shot spread away from the target when firing continuously, to return to normal. Most shooter type weapons will have increased shot spread if you continuously fire. When you stop firing, the shot spread gradually returns to normal. So what they're saying here basically is that usually the longer you fire a weapon in Splatoon 2, and I think this is in any shooter, the more inaccurate it'll get. Hold on, I gotta turn my music down. What the heck? I'm doing this on the fly. It's alright. This is a more casual type of video. Hold on. Alright, there we go. So what they're basically saying here is that it's going to oh, so sorry, I was saying this. Usually when you're firing in Splatoon 2 or any other shooter, basically your gun, the longer you shoot it, it's gonna get more accurate. Like the spread's gonna go further. So the longer you shoot a weapon, it's going to stop going towards the center and more shoot towards the outside. You'll get worse RNG. And usually, after shooting for a certain amount of time, after not shooting, that RNG returns back to normal, so that when you fire the gun again, it will be a fresh new RNG set, right? But what they're saying here is they're reducing the amount of time it takes for you to get back to that. And I think that's a really good buff for these Slayer weapons, because accuracy was a big issue with, I think, at least for me, Splattershot and T-Tech and K-Shot, because even though they were good Slayer weapons and they have good kits, with T-Tech having Inkjet and normal Splattershot having Splashdown, the issue is that right now NZAP is a really popular weapon, not only because it is super accurate, but also because it paints a lot and is getting armor, and it's a really good Slayer weapon right now. Same with Splash, right? Splash is extremely accurate, has a extremely fast fire rate, paints really well, and has Inkjet as well. So a lot of people are opting now to play Splash over T-Tech in some scenarios, not all of them, because the kit isn't the same. Because they do have burst bombs. T-Tech has burst bombs, Splash has mist, and T-Tech has its own advantages, but a lot of people have been opting for more accurate and armor/support focused Slayers instead of the aggressive type, although a lot of people still use them. So this kind of buff for the accuracy is really good, because let's say you're in a 1v2 as a T-Tech, which is Tenatech Splattershot, you're going to be shooting, and then you're going to stop shooting, and then you're going to want to shoot again, right as to the other person. So you're going to want to snap to the other person with your motion controls. meaning reducing that time is going to be really helpful for you. So you shoot to one person and then the RNG will reset much faster, so that when you're once again shooting, you won't have to deal with bad RNG. It'll reset much faster. And that's what they're basically saying here. So with 52 gals, all of them, extends the amount of time when firing continuously until shot and reduce the amount of time it takes for a spot. Okay, so this is the exact same as this buff except for one added part, which is they're saying it's going to take you a lot longer to get to the point where it's bad RNG. Because 52 gal is a weapon where its first few shots are really accurate, but then after that it gets really, really bad RNG and the shots go everywhere. What they're saying is you're gonna get a few more shots that will be accurate until you get to the bad RNG. So it's gonna be accurate for longer while shooting, and it's the same thing as this. The amount of time it takes for the gun to go back to good RNG once you've stopped shooting it is reduced. So you'll be able to play maybe in a lot more aggressive style, and I'm assuming from 52 gals we might see a more aggressive playstyle than we normally do, because of the fact that you'll be able to get better RNG not only for longer, but your gun will reset to better RNG faster. So that's what I would read from that. And again, it's the same notes, so these two are the same basically, except for this one added part right up here. Bamboozler. So Bamboozler is a... Let's see, so we can see Bamboozler is a charger that charges really fast. It does not have a scoped version. It's kind of like Squiffer, but with, and to my knowledge, less range and more firing speed, I think? Yeah, here, hold on, I can look it up. Bamboozler. That's why we had this thing up. We'll just look up one of them, because the stats, I'm pretty sure for all of them, the base stats are the same. It's just the kits that are different. Yeah, so 72 range, charge speed is 90, mobility is 80, and then Squiffer. Oh, that was S1. 78 and 90. And then for this, it's going to be 75. Oh, it actually has more. 75 and charge speed 70. So I guess it has more. So Bamboozler's weapon kind of like the Squiffer, except for it charges faster and has more range, we see, and more mobility. And its kits are various. But the main thing here, the main issue with Bamboozler so far in this meta has been main power-up. And main power-up increases the max damage Bamboozler can do, like each Bamboozler shot can do. To the point where it's been pretty oppressive, because you can just shoot really fast with Bamboozler, and people who have really good aim as chargers are really good. So I can go to, let's see, Splatoon 2 calculator. This is what I use for my gear planning. You can go to Splatoon 2 calculator, and we can just put in the gear slots right now and see for ourselves. But each one, it'll get you to a point where, and to my knowledge, what people will run is all this and leave 4 slots left. Sometimes people will leave less than that, but this is to my knowledge what people run, and they'll leave 4 slots for flexibility. So with these 4 slots, what you're seeing is, let's see, how much is each thing doing? Main power up. Oh, I gotta switch it from this to Bamboozler. Let's see, Bamboozler, come on. There we go. I'm gonna switch it to chargers. And then we want to go to down Bamboozler. Okay. And main power-up damage, partial charge, main damage. Partial charge. So this is partial charge. I wonder if it's going to show us full charge. Main power-up, partial charge, minimum damage is 30. Main power-up, partial charge, maximum damage 85. So let me see. Oh, this is, I think this is the best charge, so the fullest charge you get would be 85. So without any of this, oh, what? I put ink, oh, wait, hold on. There we go, we gotta see, okay. So, I did the wrong thing, I did ink saver main. What am I doing? So you're starting out with 30 and 85, which means fully charged, the weapon would be able to two-shot you. But with enough main power-up, which, like I said, the 4 slots left, so you do this, you can get it to the point where one shot, as you can see here, if you take this away, it's still 99.9, so you can get it, this is the max you do, and then you leave 4 slots. You can get it to the point where one shot will do 99 damage. That's to my knowledge. one shot will do 99 damage, which is crazy because the fact that a charger with that low of range and that fast of a charging speed, not that low of a range, it's a decent range, but the fast charging speed is able to do that. That means it could one-shot you potentially if you got into ink with just that fast of a charge, and you might be wondering, oh, well, chargers are supposed to one-shot. Yes, they are, but the Bamboozler isn't ever supposed to one-shot, and that's why a lot of people complain about main power-up, is because weapons that should never be one-shotting are now suddenly one-shotting. So a lot of people are able to hit that one-shot, and if not, you're hitting a two-shot, guaranteed. It's just a free two-shot, which is normal anyway, but this just makes it so much more consistent. And people might not even need to run this much main power-up. They might run a lot less than this. I don't know. I'm just saying this is the max you can run to get the max amount of damage. So, in my opinion, from what I've seen people say, main power-up is the main issue for Bamboozler, because it's the one that's most oppressive, it deals a lot of damage, and it's forcing people to run ink resistance up so that they're not dying to one-shot Bamboozlers, who are like really good at aiming and are charging really fast. And that's why it's better, because the Bamboozler is not only more mobile than other chargers, but it charges faster. So we're seeing that they're not addressing that, and they're not addressing how much damage main power-up will boost, and they're definitely not addressing how much main power-up you need to get it to 99.9%, as we can see here. They're increasing its ink consumption by 20%, which, to my knowledge, is probably only going to make people have like 3 to 4 less shots. The thing is, Nintendo is releasing, as you can see here, they're saying we've already made adjustments. So at the bottom here, they say, as a result of closely observing the changes in weapon choices after version 5.2.0, blah blah blah, we made weapon changes that were often used by players of the highest rank. And they said that in the last patch too. You could see it here. They said they were gonna be focusing on changes are designated advanced in results. Let's see, so we reference various sorts of statistical data for these adjustments, but in particular for those which lower the abilities of certain weapons, we focused on data from matches between players of high rank, right? I don't know if they're specifically saying X rank, which is the highest rank, but I do know for a fact that they're probably talking about at minimum S plus something and higher, but I'm assuming they're saying X rank. So they've already stated that they're making updates in the future based on high elo players. And for high elo players, this isn't going to matter, at least to my knowledge. I don't play Bamboozler, but for high elo players, they don't need like 20 shots to kill you. They only need like 2 or 3 at max if their aim's off. If their aim's off and they're having a bad day, maybe 4 or 5 shots. So reducing their shots by like 3 or 4 shots for the weapon isn't going to do much, especially since they're saying they're referencing high elo players. If they weren't referencing high elo players, then maybe this would be more accurate, but because they're referencing high elo players are going to be the ones that are suffering the least from this update, not the most. So I don't really know how this is supposed to help, but we'll see. And they said they're going to monitor it, so as you can see, they're observing changes. Dually Sculpture, CDS, this has been oppressive, but it's the same reason as Bamboozler. Main power-up allows it to do 99.9 damage with 3 shots, and potentially 3-shot you instead of it being a 4-shot kill, which it usually is. So that's the same thing, and they're increasing the ink consumption for your rolls and decreasing the hit detection. So, but no decreased detection after rolling. So your normal shots without rolling are going to be harder to hit, and your rolling is also increased by 3%. I guess this makes rolling less spammable, and this kind of nerfs the weapon, but it doesn't address the issue. Like, people are still going to be 3-shotting. It's going to be harder to hit, but once again, high elo players will not be that punished from this, because it's just that kind of weapon that's able to deal the damage out, and it's accurate when rolling. So like, this doesn't even affect the rolling. So it's super accurate when rolling. And high elo players are able to use their rolls well, and not only that, but their aiming is just good and consistent. So this hit detection, I don't know how much they reduced it by, but they said very, very slightly. So I'm assuming you'll like barely see it, like maybe 1 in every 100 shots you shoot, you'll be like, wait, why didn't that hit? And it'll be because of this update. Splatbrella, Sorellibrella, Herobrella. Decrease the damage. Oh, so they're reducing it by, what is this, like a few points? I don't really know what this is going to do for the Brella, if I'm being honest. Because the Brella, I don't really play Brella that much. I know Brella, some Brella players do play it. So for any of you Brella players out there who see this, if you know or have any comments about what you feel this is going to do to your play, you can leave a comment down below, because I don't really know about Brellas that well, or that much. But I do know that, so let's see, the max, so if you were to hit all your pellets, because Brellas, the way they work is they shoot multiple pellets, and if you hit them all, they're saying it would do 90 damage. So Brellas don't one-shot, they two-shot, but if you hit all your pellets, they do 90. By reducing each ink droplet damage to 16.2, what they're saying is that the max damage will now be 81. I'm not sure how much this helps, because again, I haven't played against many Brellas in X-Rank. I'm an X-Rank player, and I haven't played against many Brellas in X-Rank, and I don't think Brella is a really highly used weapon right now. It might be used, like, average amount, but it's definitely not used as much as something like K-Pro or CDS. Like, it's not in the meta, I wouldn't say. So it's not a bad weapon, just not in the meta right now, or not as relevant. So I don't really know what this is going to do, but again, any of you Brella players who are out there, or anyone who thinks they know what this is going to do to Brellas, just leave a comment down below, and maybe people can look at that when they come to this video. And that's everything. They actually didn't do that much for this patch. They might have changed some special numbers, but I can't see that here. So this is going to be released. This already came out just today. This update came out, and it's going to be live. It should be live now for us in America, and I think for EU it's coming out at 2 a.m. and for Japan it's coming out like in the morning on the 19th. So actually it might come out a little bit later tonight for the US. But yeah, this is the update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and me going over the updates in the meta of Splatoon. Right now, the meta is mainly revolving around midline, so I think these buffs to 52 and the nerfs to Bamboo and CDS are going to help, but not that much. It's a step in the right direction, but there's a lot more that needs to happen for midlines to be shifted out. Because right now, weapons like K-Pro and 96 and CDS are all really heavily in the meta, and are used a fair bit, as well as NZAP and armor, so I'm surprised we didn't see any armor nerfs or any NZAP nerfs, because those weapons have been very oppressive, and pro players and high elo players have been very vocal about the fact that they don't like it. So I'm very surprised Nintendo decided not to nerf that at all, like not even mention it. But maybe they'll do that next time, or maybe they feel as though it's not that bad and that pro players can find a way around it. So I don't know, but for now, that's all I have to say about this Splatoon 2 update. You guys have any more things you would like me to go over for Splatoon 2, you can leave a comment down below, hit a like on the video to show me you like this new content. Like I said, we've never covered Splatoon 2 on the channel before, so some love on this video would be very much appreciated. It shows me that you guys like this, and I will continue to do videos on it as Nintendo releases more updates and as the meta progresses in the game, because I've been wanting to do this, and especially once I get a recording card or a capture card, I'll be doing real Splatoon gameplay videos. But for now, I hope you all are enjoying your day. Stay safe and healthy wherever you are in the world, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.